Hello everybody, it's Holly. I'm back. You will have seen videos before this one if you watch my channel, but this is the first video I'm filming in a hella long time. If the camera moves, that's the Murphy cat. If you hear weird noises, it's also the Murphy cat getting into things he shouldn't be getting into. Anyway, so I haven't filmed a video in forever. I've been in a very weird place for the last couple of years. How many times can I say that? I don't know. But this is the video I felt drawn to film today. So this video is going up in January. It's actually November. So hopefully this video is not outdated by the time I post it. But anyways, I wanted to talk about series that I'm hoping to finish in 2023. I'm hoping that this will be like some sort of accountability. Like, I'm trying not to pressure myself when it comes to reading, but also pressure myself when it comes to reading. It's very weird. So I made a list of series that I'm hoping to complete. There are 10 of them. Now, a lot of these I was hoping to complete in 2022. I will also have a video up about all the series I finished in 2022 before this. I will link that if you want to check it out. I think I have discussed these series previously. That would not be a surprise because a lot of these have been on my shelves for a very long time. These are also all series that are complete. So I'm not talking about any series that are still being published, but maybe I need to get caught up or something like that. There are also other series that I am sure I will finish. These are more like, girl, get off your ass, finish these books. And most of these, I own them, which is even more embarrassing. So these are in no particular order, like not even genre-wise. That probably would have made sense. I suppose I could edit it that way, but I'm too lazy for that. So let's just go through them. So the first is the Heartstrikers series by Rachel Aaron. This one, I even have now bought this whole series. So I got all of the books last year for Christmas. So I own them all physically. I also now own them all as audiobooks. So like, what is my excuse? There is none. I do think I need to reread the first two books before, hit myself in the face, before I read the last three. I'm pretty excited. I really enjoyed this series. I've really enjoyed everything I've read by Rachel Aaron / Rachel Bach. This was just a series I was reading as it was coming out, and then I just never got back to it. I'm pretty bad at doing that, to be completely honest with you. So, not a surprise. Next is, I don't often put romance novel series on lists like this. There are a couple on here, and this one, I think the last time I made a video like this, I did mention this series. So here it is again. I have not made any progress. And that is Keeping Up with the Cavendishes by Rodale. I've read the first two books. I still need to read the last two books. I have no reason. I have enjoyed the series. I have enjoyed Rodale. She has other books I would like to read, but I do not want to buy more books from her until I complete the ones on my shelf, because I have too many books in my life right now anyways. So yes, I do want to read more from her. Next is the Paradox Trilogy by Rachel Bach, also known as Rachel Aaron. This one, I think I've mentioned previously before as well. I only have one book left to read in this, but I do need to reread the first two before I can continue on. And I really enjoyed this series. However, it did confuse me. So I definitely need to reread the first two. I own them all. I have physical copies of all of them. It's like a space opera. It's a weird one for me. Like, my brain just like, sci-fi and I are not. Like, YA sci-fi and I are usually okay. But adult sci-fi and I'm not smart enough. Anyway, so speaking of YA sci-fi, the next one is the Illuminae Files by Kristoff and Megan, or what is your name? Amie Kauffman. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just confused you with your other co-writer. I read Illuminae. I absolutely loved Illuminae, and I then proceeded to buy the remaining two books, and I have just never picked them up. I think a huge part of why I haven't picked them up is because they are very big. Now they're mixed media, so they tend to be a little faster than if they were just written words on a page. But the way I read Illuminae was very much so like an engrossing, like almost one sitting read. I think it was one sitting. I don't fully remember. And so I just have never felt like I had the time to dedicate to that. But I'm trying to change how I'm structuring my life to allow more flexibility for like all day reads. So hopefully that will happen. This one, I don't feel like I need to reread Illuminae. I have heard good things about the audiobooks for the series, but I think I at least want to reread it physically or read it physically the first time. Next is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This one, honestly, I just put off because originally my understanding was it was supposed to be a duology and it wasn't, and I was kind of mad about it. So, I think I just didn't read it like out of spite. So I would like to read it. This one, I feel like if I don't read it by the end of 2023, there's a chance I might just unhaul these books because for whatever reason, I'm not going back to it. I think I gave Serpent and Dove 4 stars. I enjoyed myself. I liked a lot of the side characters and everything. I just, for whatever reason, I'm not grabbing it. So I don't know. Next is, a series that's been on my shelf for so long, and this one I haven't even started. At least all the other ones I've started. This is the only one on the list that has not been started at all, and that is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Riordan. Jeez, I have no excuse for not reading this. I do not know why I have not picked it up. And now I kind of want to low-key do like a Percy Jackson reread because I'm guessing the show is going to come out in the next year or so on Disney Plus, which I'm super excited about. And so I would like to reread that, but I feel like I can't justify a Percy Jackson reread when I have this on my shelf. I also have Trials of Apollo, but I decided to just limit myself to one. Next is Night Rebel by Janine Frost. This is just one book. I have no idea why. I like literally think about it all the time, and then I'm just like, nah, I don't want to read it. I'm just not in the mood. I don't know. This is Ian and Veritas's final book in this trilogy. I own it. I think I pre-ordered it when it came out in like 2021, and I just have not read it. Fortunately, this one I don't feel like I need to reread the first 2 books. I can just pick this one up. Next is Madigan Mountain by Serena Bowen and then Devney Perry and Rachel Yaros. This is the second time they are doing a series like this where they each write one book. The first one, I can't remember what the series was called, but Serena Bowen's was Lies and Lullabies, and then it was Riffs and Refrains and Muses and Melodies, or music, something like that. Music and Melodies. I don't know. And I read all 3 of those. I did read Serena Bowen's book of this a little too late. I get her arcs, so of course, but I also would have read it anyways. But I do want to read the other books in the series. It follows 3 brothers whose parents own a like ski lodge. And I am interested in it, but I feel like I have so many books in my life that I like can't justify adding more. And so I felt like putting it on this list would help me justify it. And then next is the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. I started reading this and I'm really enjoying it. I am only 2 books in, but really enjoying it. It's a 6-book series. I will probably read at least one more in this series before the end of the year, I'm guessing. It depends on like what my brain power ability to read looks like. But I am enjoying it. Sophie Lark, it will have already come out by now, but has an Anastasia retelling that's coming out in December, and I'm like kind of interested, kind of nervous, but kind of excited because I feel like it's going to be like kind of inspired by the 20th Century Fox animation film, and that is no joke my favorite movie, so you know. Anyways, and then the last one is a graphic novel series that I meant to complete in 2021 and I did not. and that is the Fable series by Bill Willingham. I am halfway through. There are 22 graphic novels, like 22 bind-ups. I have read 11 of them. There are 11 to go. This is another one that I might try to sneak in 1 or 2 before the end of the year, but I have a feeling this one won't happen. But I have all of them now physically. I own them all. And so, which some were kind of hard to find, but I eventually found them. So, also where I stopped at 11 kind of felt like a completed arc. So, like completed story. There were like mini arcs in there, but that one felt very complete and finished. So I'm not really sure where we're going now. And I think that's part of why I haven't continued, is like there's nothing driving me forward. I do enjoy these characters. This series is like fairy tale characters live in our world. They live in like New York City mainly, is where like our plot follows. And they escaped like the fairy tale realm, where there's like a big bad guy. I think it was his name, the Emperor. I think that was his name, what they called him. And it was like this whole thing. And so they've been kind of like battling that. There's internal politics between characters. There's like romance, all of those things. There are characters I really like. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll get more from those characters that I feel like we didn't get enough from. So maybe that will happen. But there are some characters who kind of, I don't love their storylines. So I kind of hope there's less of them, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyways, so those are 10 series that I'm hoping to complete in 2023. So like a little bit of pressure on myself, but not a crazy bout of pressure on myself. I also am kind of planning on doing a 24-hour reading vlog on January 1st, just because I've always wanted to do one. And I feel like I'd swing it on the 1st because I'll have the 2nd off. So I might do it like 31st into the 1st. And so maybe I'll try to throw like the graphic novels in there and do a bunch of those or something. Maybe that's when I'll do like Illuminae. I don't know. But yes, so those are 10 series I'm hoping to complete. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!